It's 16 hours.
All right. Welcome. Welcome. We back again, once again, time and time again, my friends. And we here, new year, 2023. I hope everyone has had a happy new year, safe new year. And it's time to set some goals, man. So go ahead and get on track of what you want to do and accomplish this year. And we're going to get started. If you don't know, welcome. I am the FX Savant. And over here on Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays, actually, let me switch that up. Just this week, Monday, Wednesday, and Friday will be the last week of Monday, Wednesdays, and Fridays, doing a live stream in between 3 p.m. and 4 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Next week, I will be going to Sunday, Tuesday, Thursday at in between 1 p.m. and 2 p.m. So this will also give everyone a chance to look at the market from the beginning of the week and still have an opportunity to make some trades throughout the end of the week, Thursday and Friday, after the live stream as well. So I just think that that will give you more opportunity to see the market, because as it is now, I feel that we do Monday, Wednesdays, and Fridays. On Monday, you have Tuesday, then we'll back on Wednesday to trade for Thursday. And then Friday comes where you're expecting another live stream, but there's no more trading available until the following week. So if I do Sunday, that will give you what Sunday looks like. It will also give you the opportunity to take that into account for Monday for the directions of the pairs that we go over. And then we're back on Tuesday to give you Tuesday and Wednesday's days to trade what we go over in the live stream. And then Thursday, we will have Thursday and Friday as well. So I think it'll be better suited for everyone viewing the live streams. I appreciate it if you do view the live streams. It means a lot. Go ahead and drop your boy a thumbs up for the consistency. We have not missed a day yet. Even though I was cutting it close today, I got on here right before 4 o'clock. But just remember, this week, Monday, Wednesday, Friday, 3 p.m. to 4 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, I host these live streams. If you just want to get a little bit of insight on where the market is heading, a little direction, or if you have some trading questions that you like to have answered that you can't find an answer to anywhere else, or no one was willing to tell you those answers, come on over here, drop it in the chat. I'll be more than happy to answer any and all questions to the best of my abilities. As well, make sure you are subscribed with the post notifications turned on. That way you get updated and notified when I do these live streams, just in case you forget. And then as well, it also prompts you whenever I post some educational content on this channel here. And I'm expecting a lot more than what I've posted as far as content and videos, free education for you to view outside of the live streams than I have in the previous years. So be ready for that to flow to you. But with all that said, let's go ahead and get right into the live stream, just going over a few pairs, mostly majors, just see the direction that the market is headed so far this week, some moves and possible opportunities. First off, we start off with XAU USD from the monthly time frame. Now for about 2 months, we've been speaking about this level right in here. Previous structure resistance, broken to the downside. We expect the market to come back and retest this level to act as resistance one more time. We did get the push finally into this level, coming in partly between yesterday and today. But if we look at the weekly time frame, you can see we are continuing to make the most common pattern in the market, just a simple break above structure. So we broke above some structure here, came back to retest that previous structure resistance, and then continued to create a higher high. Now with doing that, we broke this level of structure here. We came back, retested it to the T, and then we broke above, creating a higher high. Now from here, if we do get a break and close above, we can expect the market just to continue to show the market trend that we're going as of right now. So we're pushing to the upside on the monthly, pushing to the upside on the weekly. But if we look at the daily time frame, there's nothing really opportunity wise to get excited about, as we have the level in the market that we failed to break above right here, and we have yet to break and close above that level. So until we get a nice impulse above this level for a retracement to look for more continuations, we can just be patient on XAU USD. Now if we look at XAG USD on the monthly time frame, excuse me, same thing. We have a level in the market up in here, previous structure resistance that has yet to be retested, so we can expect that to be retested. And if we look at the weekly time frame, you can see we are pushing to the upside. And then if we do drop down to the daily time frame, you can see we are kind of consolidating in this zone right in here. So if we do start to get some breakouts to the upside, breaking and closing above some structure, there could be a possibility that after a break to the upside, break and close on the retest, we could look for more opportunities to the upside using a simple TMCP. XBT USD on the monthly time frame, we were coming into some levels of resistance right in here, but on the monthly time frame, we are pushing to the upside. On the weekly time frame, you can see that on the weekly, we are pushing to the upside. And then on the daily time frame as well, you can see that we're finally starting to break out of this level of consolidation. Once we do get this impulse ended, if we do get a retracement back down to some of these logical areas, high probable areas, and start to see the market start the next impulse, we could look for a possible continuation on this market to the upside as well. US oil, on US oil on the monthly time frame, we are still below some monthly structure. We are starting to get rejected from these lows as we are looking at it right now from the monthly time frame. And then we're starting to look at the weekly time frame as well. You can see that we did have a level in the market right here on the weekly, and then we have what would be the head. And then if the market does come back for some sort of retracement, we could see the explosion to the upside, as we know that this inverted head and shoulder pattern is a bullish pattern. So let's drop down to the daily time frame, and on the daily time frame, we're getting perfect to the T. The most common pattern in the market over and over and over: break above structure, come back, retest previous structure, broken as the opposite, break above structure, come back, retest broken structure as the opposite, break above structure, come back, retest broken structure as the opposite. And then we're looking for more just continuation to the market structure to keep intact. So break above structure, come back, retest structure that was broken for more continuation to the upside. That could be a possibility if this impulse does complete itself on this market. We could just look for more continuations on the retracement. Now we can slide over to the Forex market, where we have Euro USD, and on Euro USD monthly time frame, we are above some monthly support. So we should see it act as support. We had previous structure support here with the head here, where we could see more continuations to the upside, prompting a retest of this level. If we do look at the weekly time frame, we are still bullish on the weekly, as we have a level of support right in here that, until broken and closed below, we can still expect the market to make moves to the upside. Now looking at the daily time frame, you can see that we did have just the most common pattern over and over and over: break above structure, come back, retest previous structure as the opposite. We end up breaking above structure, coming back, retesting previous structure as the opposite. Now here, I still would like to see the break above structure before we start to get a real nice retracement for more continuations to the upside. Now we are still bullish on the daily time frame as well, as we've broken and closed above some structure. This should be the structure support that should hold the market above this level for us to see the continuation to the upside. Pretty much want to wait till the impulse completes itself, the next impulse, and the retracement completes itself for more continuations to the upside. Is about the best that you can get using the strategies that I use. It's for high probabilities, high very likely setups. It's not too much. You don't want to force any trades. We want to take the high probable trades when they are there and present for us to see. Now let's drop down to GBP USD. GBP USD, though, on the monthly time frame, a bit weird. We are right at previous structure support, sitting right at that level where we did have the candle. We want to see the next one fill in the wick, but we did get aggressively rejected coming into the end of December. I'm sorry. On the monthly time frame, we are starting to see some sort of retracement, which is expected, as we are still below some monthly structure. So if we drop down to the weekly time frame, you can see that on the weekly, we are still below some weekly structure as well, that we pointed out in previous live streams, that we wanted to see the market break above this level before we started to look for more buy opportunities. So just stacking the confluences in our favor for high probable setups. And then on the daily time frame as well, we identified that this level right here, once we get a break and close above with an impulse on the retracement, we could look for the continuation to the upside. Now we haven't gotten that yet, so nothing really to do here but to just simply wait. Now we can go over AUD USD on the monthly time frame as well, sitting at previous structure support that should act as resistance. Now if we look at the weekly time frame, we are right at this level, very aggressively pushed back into this level after we had a strong move to the downside to retest some structure support. that was tested as structure support, and then we started to see the rejection to the upside. From here, we could get a possible double top rejection where we could see more continuations to the downside for just simple market structure from the monthly time frame. But if we do drop down to the daily time frame here, you can see that we are retesting the backside of this trend line, where from here we could see moves to the downside, as well as we have an impulse with a nice complex correction where this could be the next move and start to continuation to the downside. But we still need to wait for a break and close below this level before we started to look for those moves to the downside. So still a little bit patient on a lot of these pairs, as they are correlated because they have the USD in them, and as well as the beginning of the year. But if we do look at USD CAD, moving right along on USD CAD on the monthly time frame, we have a nice and easy, very simple to see, the most common pattern in the market. We have a break above some structure, coming back to retest previous structure as the opposite. So over here it was resistance, now it's acting as support, and from there you want to see the next impulse happen, creating a higher high, just simple market structure. Now, knowing that on the monthly time frame it could take some time to develop on these lower time frames, but we do have an overall end goal, an overall picture of what we'd like to see in this market. So on the weekly time frame, we have previous structure resistance. So we have some resistance right in here, broken to the upside, coming back for the retracement, retested that area to the T. So the most common pattern in the market, I can't explain that or make that any more in big bold letters. Like, this is the most common pattern in the market. We find a level in the market, break above it, come back, retest that level, and have it act as the opposite for more continuation of the trend. And then we're getting that on the weekly time frame as well. And then on the daily time frame, what you can see is that on the daily, we have several levels that we'd like to see the market break above before we start to go ahead and jump into bearish trade or bullish trades, excuse me. But if we do look at the daily time frame, if we do start to get some breaks above this level on the retracement, we could possibly look for more continuations to the upside, maybe even the overall level of the monthly impulse that we like to see completed. So still some time to develop on USD CAD and a lot of these major pairs, but patience is key. That's all this is about. Trading is all about patience. So let's go ahead and practice that. Now, if we drop down to NZD USD on the monthly time frame, we did have a level of resistance in the market down here, and then as well up here we've gotten rejected from the higher one, but we would still need to see the market break below this level before we start to look for a lot of sales. So on the monthly time frame, it's just a bit confusing, a lot of noise. You would like to wait for it to develop a little bit before you start to make your mind up on which direction the market is truly headed for overall trades. But if we drop down to the weekly time frame, we do have a level of resistance right around in here, and that will be identified on the daily time frame. But from here, we do have the left shoulder, the head, and then we have all this area that could act as the right shoulder before we start to see the bulls step in and push this market to the upside. Now, if we do look at the daily time frame, this level I identified right in here as previous structure resistance. Until broken and closed above, we can only expect for it to act as resistance. So once we do get that break and close above this level, I think buys are a safe play to go ahead and create a higher high on this market just from a daily time frame perspective. Now, keep in mind that we do have the monthly overall target, or excuse me, that was USD CAD. But on NZD, let me see what the monthly target would be. We don't have that yet. So really, it's just the daily time frame play. So we just want to see a higher high created on the daily time frame, so which would probably be around up in this area, somewhere in here. So yeah, we want to see the market either break below or break above these two levels, as it's just consolidating right now, just to get a better probability of what is going to actually happen in the market. If we want to see the buys continue, if we want to see the market continue back into the monthly structure of what it really is, for more continuations to the downside. So once again, being patient on a lot of these. Now, USD CHF, USD Swiss franc on the monthly time frame. Oh no, what did I just delete? USD CHF on the monthly time frame. On the monthly, we do have what I thought was going to be and what I would have liked to see: the left shoulder here, head, and then the right shoulder right in this area for a retracement for more continuation to the downside. But we're getting a really aggressive move to the downside on USD CHF. So as we are right now, we can just expect more bearishness to continue. Now, if we jump down to the weekly time frame, we are starting to see the momentum of the weekly push to the downside slowing down just a tad bit, but we are finding a level of support right in here. So we have a level of support, and then as well we have what would be previous structure support that should act as resistance right in this area. So we are starting to just consolidate sideways. And then if we do drop down to the daily time frame, on the daily time frame, what we can see is that just a little more in depth is that this area is acting as previous structure resistance multiple times, and then this area is acting as previous structure support multiple times, where the market is just playing in between these levels. So breakout to either side could prompt the market to continue in that direction, even from a higher time frame perspective. So once again, just being patient. It pays to be patient, boys and girls. It pays to be patient. Now we can drop down to USD JPY on the monthly time frame, where we do have a level in the market right here, and then we also have the head, and then we have this level right around in here that could act as the right shoulder for more continuations to the downside as well. But as we are on the monthly time frame, we're right at previous structure resistance that should act as support, and has acted as support. Previous structure support here should act as support in some capacity in this area before just completely breaking down. So that could set us up for a possible play to go ahead and see more continuations. Now, we've been talking about USD JPY for months and months on end as well. Pretty sure we identified this perfect play here. And then if we do get a retracement back into some of these levels for what would look like the next impulse to the downside, we could possibly play that as well for more shorts. And then we spoke about this being a nice and easy, perfect setup, the most common pattern in the market. So we have a level in the market right around in here that was broken and closed below, came back, retested that level, and then we're on our way for more continuations to the downside. If this market does continue down with an impulse, we could see a retracement back into some of these logical and probable areas before we start to see the market start to move away from it. That could set us up for a nice trade. But from here, we are sitting right at previous structure support. So it's not a good idea to start to look for sales as we are right now. You don't want to sell into support. Now, last thing we go over is BTC USD, a little Bitcoin action. And on Bitcoin from the monthly time frame perspective, I've been saying it, is that we have previous structure resistance, and then all on this area we have previous structures or current structure support. So we have all this area that could act as support for the market to go ahead and make a move, just bouncing, just simple market structure to give us some sort of move to the upside for a brief moment at least. So even though we are expecting this move to the upside, it may not come till 2024, which is the next halving event. And then as well, we are still bearish on the monthly time frame. So we do have levels of market that we need to see broken and closed above before we start to look for buy opportunities, because the market is just so bearish right now in terms of the monthly and the weekly as well. So on the weekly, we've just broken and closed below some structure, came back, retested that structure, previous structure support, now acting as the opposite, aka resistance. And we want to see the market just make another lower low before possibly exploding to the upside or making moves to the upside or finding some level of support. Now, if we look at the daily time frame, though, the daily time frame is consolidating in between these levels. So we have previous structure resistance and acting as current structure support right in here. More than likely, you would like to see the market break out for more continuations to the downside, since that is the structure we're in from a multi-time frame perspective. But I know everyone is waiting and anticipating Bitcoin to make this run to the upside. I would say from a daily time frame perspective, I would like to see levels like this here broken on the daily time frame first, and then levels like this here broken on the daily time frame first, before I really start to believe that the buys and the bulls are stepping in. But just simply from a daily time frame perspective on BTC USD, you want to see a breakout in either direction of this level before you start to look for possible opportunities. Now, that pretty much concludes what I got going for the live stream. So if anyone has any pairs they would like for me to go over to look for possible opportunities over the next coming days, or if you just have any questions trading related that you would like for me to answer, feel free to drop them in the chat. But if not, I'm not going to keep you all too long. I like to keep them in between 15 and 20, 30 minutes at the max, just so I'm not wasting anyone's time. I don't want to waste time for no one. So I'm going to give y'all a minute to go ahead and get those in. Nothing. All right, so I'm going to slide on up out of here. I hope everyone has had a great start to the new year. Be sure to make sure you are subscribed with the post notifications turned on. Remember, this week is Monday, Wednesday, Friday in between 3 p.m. and 4 p.m. Starting next week, I will be moving to Sunday, Tuesday, Thursday in between 1 p.m. and 2 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So make sure you're ready for that as well. But yeah, man, hope everyone is having a profitable day on and off the charts. And until next time.